Alrighty, welcome back to the Tapped In podcast. Another one here today. Another cold, beautiful New York day. Dano has joined us again here. He risked his life once again to come on over here. I'm looking at my computer right now. It says -4 is the temperature.
We got to point this out right out of the gate here. Look at this brand new equipment, boys.
Yeah, looks good.
And it didn't come without some expense. It was a little pricey, this stuff. I'm telling you, podcast equipment is not cheap.
So I did want to say, this is the first time we've been back together since the convention.
Yeah, today is the, what, of February? 6th?
Yeah, sure.
7th.
7th of February. So it's been a while we've been together.
Yeah, we haven't seen each other in a few weeks, boys.
Almost a month, yeah.
How's it been going?
There's been nothing going on.
Nothing.
In the maple industry, for us anyway.
Well, for us.
I've been busy.
Yeah, you've been busy.
I did want to say before we get started too much that, that sounds better. That
weird when you talk into it. It sounds good. I've been telling that for 2 days.
What I want to know, Scoon, sorry, I just cut you off. I said I wasn't going to do that.
I'm just getting used to it.
How come us old guys are sitting over here on the couch and
you guys need it. Your love bar, you know?
The rough love bar. Yeah.
We got to suck it in, suck it in.
You can recline that pig right out if you wanted.
You might see that.
Oh, yeah.
It's my day off.
But no, we did have some audio issues at the convention. We were trying to...
That was my fault.
Well, it doesn't matter whose fault it was. It was just, we did want to apologize, even though Bennett did at the beginning of all those. But we're going to try to not do that again.
Yeah, somehow the clips got deleted on me before I got them. So now I got my hard drive sitting right in front of me. So as soon as we get done, that gets transferred instantly.
The nice thing, too, this is an intimate setting here. We don't have nothing going on.
Oh, my.
Nothing going on, boys. Just us.
Just us, right.
We're not holding hands either. Not that intimate.
Not that kind of intimate.
But that door slamming, I'm telling you, it almost put me over the edge. How many times that door slammed?
You were getting annoyed by that.
I was getting fired up. But this is nice. We don't have to worry about no interruptions down here.
Yeah, no. Well, we don't have our on-air sign.
On-air sign's on the wrong side of the door.
Dang it.
That's so 1980s right there, boy.
On-air. But... No, it's good to be back. I've been longing to be on the podcast. I've been watching just the clips roll out, and I do all the editing, so I've been watching it, but it's just not the same, just talking the three of us.
Yeah, and obviously it's been a while since we've been together. We just said, I've been reading a lot of the comments, too. What people, thank you for all that, what people said we should talk about.
Just put that over to your left a little, Dad. Put it, right here on your face. No, just out in front of you, because when you turn your head to Dano, you don't hear it anymore.
I don't have a lot of swing.
Perfect, right there, yeah.
All right, so
fatherly son advice.
So one of the topics everyone wanted us to copy, or not everyone, but a lot, was the topic: does R.O.ing sap change the flavor of maple syrup?
And it's going to depend on who you are. It's going to really depend on your opinions on it.
We have a guy that we know, family friend, that swears up and down it changes it.
I had him at the house a couple times last year, and we RO'd his sap for him, and he took it back to his house and evaporated it. And he promises me that he can tell the difference just by opening a jar and tasting it, whether it was RO'd or not. And I RO'd it to 6%. And I said, there is not a chance that is even close to true.
So, Dan, what are your thoughts on it? I did do a little research because that's how I roll. So I got a little bit of facts here that we can go out. But what do you think?
Well, it's just as you said. Everybody thinks that it changes the flavor of the maple syrup, but that's non-educated maple people. People that are educated in the maple business know that it does not change the taste of the maple syrup. You just have to think about it. All that RO is doing is filtering the sap, taking all the water out of the sap and making it sweeter. It's pushing it through the feed pump, recirculating it through the membrane under high pressure, and it just keeps recirculating until it gets a sweeter sugar content. It's all it's doing is filtering. It's no different than a filtering system on your water softener system at your house, basically. It's just filtering.
It's actually backwards. Right. You're filtering it the other way.
You're filtering it the wrong way.
Right.
Unfortunately. The cleanest stuff you're putting out is what you're throwing away.
Is the permeate, correct.
Right. But what I'm saying is you're just filtering.
Right.
That's all you're doing.
Right.
So how is filtering sap going to change the flavor of the syrup?
Right.
It's not.
Well, what changes it to me is when you boil it. So say you RO it to 6% or you boil it at 2%. it's going to be on the heat a lot longer at 2% than it is at 6%. So that's going to be more caramelization, more maple flavor, more, when you're in wood, that's more of the ash to possibly get in that syrup. So you have more of that woody, smoky flavor. So that's where it changes the flavor. So does the RO change it? To me, this is how I feel. Does the RO change it? No. But what changes it is how long it's on the heat. So the RO reduces the time on the heat.
Exactly.
But that's not the RO's fault.
No, I guess one could say, all right, you take the sap, you go from 1%, 1 and 1.3 up to 20, whatever these guys are going to, 6, whatever your setup is. It's going to speed up the process of the boiling on the evaporator. So yeah, I mean, that doesn't change it, but it speeds up the process.
Right.
Because the longer something boils, obviously, the better it's going to taste. Just like you smoking a piece of meat, man. The longer it sits in there for how long, it's going to taste a lot better than something you just slap on a grill quick and pull it off.
Right, absolutely, for sure.
That's my analogy, anyway.
All right, so
good analogy.
What the University of Vermont Proctor Maple Research Center says.
That sounds official.
It does. They did a study, and they found no significant difference in taste or chemical composition when sap is pre-concentrated to appropriate levels.
What do they consider appropriate?
There we go. Now there's a caveat, right? So the appropriate levels, they said, is if you go between 20 and 25% sugar, so do not go above 20 to 25 bricks, it does not change anything. Now these guys, I believe Glenn said he's going 30. A lot of these guys are going up to 30.
Yeah, they're going high.
So if you're going to do that, basically what they're saying is if you're going to go 30, anything over 25 bricks, producers must ensure the syrup still spends enough time on the evaporator to develop the increased rich caramel flavor.
So basically what we just said. That when you RO it high enough, it's got to spend longer on the heat to still have the maple flavor.
Correct. So I got thinking, how do these guys that are ripping, filling a 55-gallon drum in 5 minutes, that's not spending time on the evaporator, that's ripping.
Right.
So how are they doing that? How are they making that happen?
I know how they're doing it because I've looked into it a little bit, especially on the steam rigs. It's the depth of the sap in the pan's a lot thicker or a lot deeper, because if you had it like traditional, like if you're boiling on a wood-fired evaporator, you want that baby sitting like 1.5 inches, 2 inches tops, so you can move it and get it off, because otherwise you're going to be boiling forever.
Right.
And what they're doing is they're running the depth a lot deeper, and that's getting the caramelization, because otherwise it's not sitting on there. They're constantly just running it right through. So that's what's getting them the flavor that they need.
Right. And then I did hear that a lot of these steam rigs are running little flue pans, really big flat pans.
Okay, time out. I don't know much about steam rigs personally. How does a steam rig work? Like, can we go into that a little bit? Because you say steam rig, but to me that means nothing. Like, I don't know what that means.
Well, it's just like any boiler. You got the boiler, part of your steam rig. That's going to make your steam.
Make the steam. Like, so what are they burning there? Fuel oil?
Propane, fuel, whatever for that. And then that's going to make your steam, and then that's going to send us steams. There's coil pipes inside those steam pans.
Sure.
And it steam travels down those pipes, and it just goes back and forth and back and
So
forth.
your sap is sitting
around the pipe. So
Right.
what does a flue pan do in that situation? Why wouldn't it all be just flat pan? Like, what is the difference between flat and flue? Because flat, for like wood, flat is the heat is hitting it directly. Where steam, it's inside the sap. So why
I don't know. Unless they're putting steam underneath that, I don't know.
To me, flue pan, flat pan would change nothing if the pipes are inside the sap.
Who's to say that steam pan is a flue pan? Maybe it is a flat pan. Somebody let us know.
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying, right?
It might be all flat.
It might very well be a flat pan with the coil sitting on the bottom of it.
That's what I'm wondering.
And then the steam is flowing through there, and then that's what's cooking the.
Because flue, to me, is the heat
sap
from underneath is going up in the sap. Where if the heat's already in the sap, you don't need flue.
Got the computer there, brother. Search it.
Son of a gun.
See,
I will.
Got to teach him everything.
Oh boy.
What?
We don't want to sound like complete idiots here.
Well, what they did say in this study is, and I agree 100%, R.O.ing sap is going to produce lighter syrup.
Oh, that's
lighter color syrup.
And that's why. And what do you get paid top dollar for?
Correct.
In the barrel, light syrup. So there's a couple other things that guys are doing too. They're doing air injectors. They put air injectors in the rear pans, and that messes with the caramelization. Helps keep your rear pan a little bit cleaner too. But that's another thing, agitating the boiling process, keeping it so it keeps moving, makes lighter syrup. And there's a lot of things guys are doing. Jason he's got air injector in the back of his pan.
Does he?
A lot of these guys do. And it's so to help them make light syrup because they're getting paid top dollar for light grade syrup in the
Right. So you're zipping that through, and these guys are going over 25 bricks. The other thing they did say is it's wicked important as a producer that you have to be crazy about clean with your sap, because anything over 25 bricks, the bacterial growth spikes way up.
Really?
So at the end of the night, these big guys are cleaning, steam cleaning, self-cleaning pans, all that stuff all night. And that's why, because if you're running like us, a small thing at 6%,
Yeah.
your bacteria is not changing as much as it is at anything over 25. They said it's way more important to clean.
Yeah, well, I think it's important to clean everything you do. I mean, I can remember when Marty and I were boiling, and we had our 3x10 there, and man, by the end of the day, we had niter building up big time.
Yeah.
And like if we, in the heart of the season, if we went more than 2 days, it was starting to cake on the pans pretty bad. You burn a pan,
Yep.
I think, I was kind of sold on the steam. I was going to go that route. But when I got talking to a couple people, I was under the assumption that you didn't have to clean the steam. That was like the whole benefit of the steam. Like you don't have to clean as much. And when you boil, you can boil all off because it's not going to burn your pan because it's not open flame.
Right.
So at the end of the night, you're always boiling, everything off the evaporator till there's nothing left.
Right.
You start fresh every day. But I was under the assumption that you didn't have to clean. But then I talked to a couple guys like, no, you got to clean that every night. You know, you got to clean those coils. So I was like, well, all right, what's the difference if I get a automated pan washer on a regular evaporator as opposed to that? Because it's big money, dude. Big money to buy a boiler and a steam rig. You
got to buy both.
You got to buy both. And another thing was too is he was saying like there's really no like codes or rules per se on them boilers. So like all it's going to take is for something bad to happen one time in the maple business with a boiler blowing up, and you're going to see all kinds of rules and laws coming down the line because of that. So I'm like, all right, well, because it's all about the cleaning for me. Everybody hates cleaning. I don't care who you are. It's nonstop. So I was sold on steam, but now I'm not. I'm just going to go with a traditional 4x16 propane fired with a fully automated pan washer, and I'm going to go that route.
Yeah.
I can't really find anything worth anything on here. Everything I'm trying to find, it just keep popping up like the steam away systems.
Did you try searching MES, Maple Solutions, Maple Expert Solutions? Because Clayton was one of the big guys with the steam rigs. It might have something in there on their website about depth of.
Oh, we're getting into it now.
Yeah, it's got to tell these rooks.
Well, and what we'll have to do is run up to Ben and Judy's. He put a steam rig in.
You sure of that?
I'm pretty sure he put a steam this year.
I don't think so.
No? Well, we're going to have to make.
We're going to have to go up there.
I saw a picture of the evaporator, and it was on the back of it looked like a traditional evaporator.
I thought he was.
Yeah, on that. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Is that the one they were taking out or putting in?
It was going in.
Well, we'll have to check into that.
I would have known if those boys bought steam because I saw them up to open house last year. They went back to CDL, and I think they talked them into a smoking deal on a new one. I think they got another CDL.
Oh, okay.
But nobody around us right here close has steam. I bet you Jason Bancroft be the first one here. Give him a little time.
You think so?
Yep.
This is looking. I'm watching a video on their system right now, and it's looking like it's all flat.
Probably is.
Not
That
seeing
makes sense.
flues.
That would make sense. No, why would you need flues? Like you say, there's no heat coming from the bottom.
Right. It's all injected heat.
There should be photos on there, Ben. Like if you look, like I've looked at that stuff someplace. I can't remember, but it shows you.
So basically, I guess what we're still talking about the RO, right? Does it change flavor profile?
It would. It doesn't change it unless you go super high bricks.
Right. If you go over 25 bricks, you have to figure out a system. And if you're not using steam, I'm assuming you're going to use a bigger a bigger flat pan
Yeah, bigger surface area.
to keep that on the heat longer to get the caramelization. That's what they're saying in a nutshell.
That makes sense.
I will say this. So when I was making syrup all the time on our 3x10 with Marty, you had that rich, deep flavor. You know how guys go. You boil forever. You could boil an hour. This is without an RO. This is just sap coming out of the woods, which is 1.2, 1.3%. Maybe on some good days, 1.7. You'll boil 45 minutes to an hour, before you'll draw syrup off.
Sure.
But boy, it is the best tasting syrup. So I had never had RO flavored syrup before until I tried Jason's one time. Or maybe it was somebody else's. I honestly didn't like the taste of it. I wasn't used to it. I'd always had syrup made over.
It's a little bit of a lighter flavor.
Yeah, it's just a different taste.
Sure.
But that could be a number of things too, like minerals in the soil. There's a lot of things that go into the flavor.
Right.
Like if you got a sugar bush that's in a swampy area, I'm sure that sap tastes a little bit different after it's boiled down into syrup. After it would be on a mountainside that's 2,000 feet up or whatever.
Yeah, I'd imagine, right.
The soils have a lot to do with that too. All that RO is doing is saving us time. And it's just making the sap sweeter for you. So you can boil it, but you boil it faster because of that. So it's like what I'm saying? It's
the RO. The RO itself isn't changing the flavor. The process at which you boil it is what's changing.
Right.
So our buddy that we have, he was talking to us and he was like, well, I can open a jar and the RO stuff is almost like super thick and caramelized and like, what did he say? It was like more of a rich maple flavor. And I'm like... And he's like, the other stuff, it just doesn't taste as mapley. And I'm like, I'm thinking he's backward. I'm almost wondering if he's tasting what we've RO'd for him, and that's what is the thinner stuff that he likes, and the non-RO'd stuff is more caramelized, because he boils, for a little context here, he boils on a 2x2 flat pan, just sitting on a wood stove in his basement. And
so he's not really boiling.
It kind of just simmers the whole time. Basically, literally, it never rolls a boil. And so I'm wondering if the stuff that isn't RO'd is super caramelized because it sits in the heat so long, and he was thinking that it was not RO'd, but it's actually RO'd.
Basically, yeah. Just to sum it up a little better than what we're saying, because I can't get it out, but
we're rambling on.
Yeah, boiling time matters, right? That's what all the studies say. The primary factor in flavor difference is not the RO itself, but the reduction in boil time. Because ROs make the sap much sweeter, it spends less time in the evaporator. A shorter boil means less caramelization, which can lead to a lighter color or slightly less cooked taste.
And that's kind of what I just hit on just a minute ago. I said it's just speeding up the process, the RO. That's all it's doing. It's taking the sap that's 1.3% and taking it however high a bricks you want to take it to.
Right.
And unfortunately, by doing that, you speed up the boiling process. So what do they do with the steam rigs? Because they make some serious syrup per hour. I don't know the number, but what they did, they made a big, deep pan so you could run the sap deeper in the pan so you could get that caramelization.
Longer, right.
So these guys are smart out there. If you think about some of these dudes, man, pretty smart.
You got to be, right? There's so many, and it's an ever-changing industry, so you always had to change it. Like when the steam came out, no one really knew how it was going to work the best, right? Like, so you got to just mess with it and figure out, oh, this worked really well, this didn't work as well, type thing.
They're also saying a lot of the flavor profile changes, not because of the RO. Obviously, we just went over cook time, but pre-filtering sap before it goes in the RO, right? The flavor profile will be richer if you don't filter. So, because you got more bacteria, you got more dirt, dirt grind. Obviously, the RO is doing the exact opposite, which is taking your dirt, putting it into your sap, than a conventional filter. So, if you aren't real crazy about pre-filtering, which we do pre-filtering before. It goes into the RO, plus you got a filter there. Oh, yeah.
I've never done that.
To try to get as much dirt out. Well, you do. It's got a filter. You change every other day. Right?
Yeah. It comes through the feed pump first, then it goes into that pre-filter, before. Right. I was thinking...
So if you filtered before that...
That's what I was thinking.
Right.
Is that what you guys do?
We can, because we're coming out of a bulk tank, so we can put a filter
Yeah.
right on that when we plug.
It's basically gonna be like a T-shirt or something.
Right.
It's
Yeah,
gonna
like-
filter out. All that's gonna basically filter out is like your
Big
solids.
particles.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, so where my pump line comes from my releaser, I could put something right there.
You could.
before
Yeah.
it goes in the tank.
Right.
I see a lot of guys do that. I always wondered why they did that.
Or you'll see cone filters
Yes.
where it's running in and
Yeah,
it's just
yeah.
running through a cone filter.
Yeah.
That's what they're doing.
I think everyone should do something because you never know what comes out of your line in the woods, a spider or a chunk of wood that maybe was in the line or what. Especially the first couple runs, I would always filter. We're gonna filter every gallon that comes out of the bulk tank this
And
year.
you might find that it's easier for you cleaning at the end of the day, however much you clean.
You might preserve your pre-filter and your RO a little bit more.
Could do that. He's got money though.
That is true. He's got plenty of money to spend on pre-filters. So don't
Yeah,
worry about
boys, the old funds are starting to slip away.
that. Well, you'll have that on bigger jobs.
Holy shit.
So yeah, we did want to touch on that. I don't know if we cleared it up, made it more muddy, made it more
Right.
but
And that's one of those that I think we're talking about in the future. We're going to be doing try to do some live streams here, like maybe while we're boiling or something. We're going to have some live talk, and that's one of those topics that I think needs to be discussed live, so we can have
Yes.
people feeding back to us while we're talking to them.
It'd be nice, like you can get them up on a computer screen and you can see people tune in, ask a question, or they'll have their comment or whatever it might be.
Right.
We'll tell you, we don't know everything.
We don't
I can
know
tell you that
everything.
right now.
We've never claimed to be experts.
Right.
that
And,
is true.
We're hobbyists that are just talking about what we know.
right.
Or
But
what we can find out, because obviously I didn't know a lot of this stuff till I start looking it up. It's like I get a topic, I'm like, hey, let me look it up. Now I learn, and then we kick it around or the comments, people that might know.
I
That's
think-
kinda how
I
you
think
learn,
the best
right?
way-
That's why we're here.
I think the best way to sum up the whole RO thing is, like you say, it just speeds up the boiling process.
Right.
It does because
When you're someone that's either spending money on oil, natural gas, you're spending that money. The RO is an invaluable resource to save you tons of money. Now we're not spending money on our fuel to boil. We're spending a lot of time. We spend hours and hours and hours in the woods in the summer cutting firewood. It's just endless,
Just to burn it up.
just to burn it to make syrup. So
great.
when if we were boiling raw sap, we'd use quadruple the wood we would use. Pop Harrington, he's got a tool shed we fill with wood. It's got to have
Just say Harrington Maple.
Harrington Maple, whatever. they have like 12 rows of wood, and they used to burn that whole barn every year.
Yep.
And now we burn 3 to 4 rows a year.
You ask Brian Ryther how much wood he cuts.
Yeah, you said he goes through a ton.
I mean, he's a 10,000 tap operation guy on wood. There's
That's
not
a lot
many
of wood.
guys I know around that are doing that anymore.
You said how much he burned. It was a lot, wasn't it?
Yeah.
60 cord or something silly.
Don't quote me, but he's a animal.
I hope that's face cord. I hope that's not cord. Because if that's actual cord, that's face cord is half.
Like I said before, like you would never, like say you wanted a 10,000 tap operation, 20, whatever it may be.
I don't.
You would never.
I do.
Nobody in their right mind would not have an RO.
Not if they've been around the maple industry.
Well, I'm just saying, you know how much fuel you would burn
Yeah.
to try to make that?
Yeah.
And if you're on oil or propane, you would be broke.
Well,
Right.
On the flip side,
You would be broke. You would burn so much fuel, you would be in
There's
the
no
hole.
way you'd ever make money.
You'd be boiling every single day, all day long, every day. Like,
Yeah.
So that's the thing. Like when they came out with ROs, that made these companies that want to get huge could go big because they
yeah,
got
for
the
sure.
RO. They go hand in hand. If you want thousands and thousands of taps, you got the RO. You can do it.
Well, it's like you've said before. You're like, if you want vacuum, get the RO. If you want the RO, get the vacuum. They go together.
Those three things: a vacuum pump, an RO, and a big evaporator.
They go hand in hand.
Lots of taps. If that's what you want to do, that's how you do it.
Right. You can't have vacuum and not RO. You can't have RO and not have
well,
vacuum.
you can.
You can now with the RO bucket. You can.
Well, that's what I'm saying. The RO bucket guy,
He's changed the industry of ROs.
he has, because now the guy with 5 taps on their maple trees on their lawn can RO that down.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Can still do
Put it
8
on
gallons an hour and
Or
it'll be
put
okay.
it on a 2x2 flat pan in their house
Correct. Right.
and not boil it for 7 weeks.
We're talking about how RO or whatever piece of equipment changes the flavor of the syrup. I got a good one for you boys. So it was like when we were boiling, we got a filter press for the first time. We had like a 7-inch press. It was just a small little thing, and I had a cousin of mine. I was doing a partnership with some cousins of mine, and they weren't fully on board with a lot of stuff that I was thinking, which was fine. Nobody sees things the same, but I says, we need a filter press because I'm getting real sick of filtering the old school way every night, dumping into a cone and cleaning it and blah, blah, blah.
Well, and that cone fills up pretty quick.
Yeah. So we got this filter press and we started using it. And I didn't tell my cousin. She would always come in, Lisa.
Yep.
And because she likes, her dad, so I learned from, they make old school maple syrup on the fire, whatever, blah, blah, blah. But so we go in, we get this press, and we started running our syrup through it, Marty and I, and it come out the other side. It was crystal clear, beautiful looking. Tastes exactly the same. Maybe tastes a little bit better.
Right.
Probably does, right?
So we didn't say anything to Lisa. So we were down there one night, everybody's having a good time, and we had some, and we'd saved it and warmed it up. She didn't even know it. I said, Lisa, I says, man, we just made some good syrups, and I take a taste of this. And she tasted it. She's like, man, that is some of the best tasting syrup I have ever had. I said, thank you, Lisa. That just came off the filter press. No way.
Why? Because she didn't like filter presses?
She said that the filter press changed the flavor of the syrup.
That's what we want to do. We want to have someone like our buddy sit down and taste test non-RO'd, RO'd, wood, oil, and all that, and say, this is what the difference is, and not tell him which is which, and see which one he likes best, and then try to see if maybe he's right. Maybe he likes non-RO'd syrup better. Maybe he can taste it. But I'm telling you, I don't think he'll be able to know.
Yeah, and I think that's one thing. We don't know if we're going to do it on a live podcast or if we'll just shoot that on one of his maple videos. But I want to travel around to the producers. I want to get a sample from Jason, but I want to do it the same day.
So no one can say, oh, this was in the beginning of the
Early
season.
Like the same day. Go there, go to Ben and Judy's, go to Harrington Maple.
Use us.
Get us, but it's... So you're going to have... We'll see what Ben and Judy do. You're going to have oil-fired, wood-fired, R.O.ed to 30 bricks, R.O.ed to 8 bricks, Yeah, we could get a bunch and then do a taste test with some people.
Brian, he's on wood, so there's your wood.
There's
big
your wood,
high bricks, 20 bricks, whatever.
It's high bricks wood, and then we can go low bricks wood.
And then you got Jason, high bricks oil. So there's a comparison.
Yeah, and he's filtering too.
Yep, and I don't know what Benny and them guys do up there for how high they go. They probably go up there pretty good.
I'm sure they do.
And then, you guys got your stuff.
How many taps does Ben and Judy have? Do you know?
I want to say they're around 3,000 something.
Are they?
Yep.
Oh, I thought they were bigger than that.
I always did too, but I think I've talked to them a couple times, and I always say, man, I thought you guys were bigger than that. I think they're like that 3,000 to 4,000 range.
Why? I guess I never really understood why their name was so big. They have a really big name. People know Ben and Judy Sugar House.
Years, dude.
Just
You're talking years.
It's just a legacy.
Years. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Him and Glenn got into it about the same time, I think.
Yeah, he's been around a long
That's
time.
why they're buddies.
I just saw him for the first time at the convention there. He knew who I was.
Ben?
Because Ben did.
Yep.
Because his brother is Pop's, your father's
My father's
buddy.
friend,
Yeah. So he knew who I was, but I had never seen him before the convention.
Ben's a good old boy.
Yeah,
He seems like a great guy.
You don't just, you'll see Ben, you're young yet, but these guys, they started when they were your age. And they just kept growing and growing. See, Schoon, what you got to look forward to.
Yeah.
Growing and growing, man.
How many acres we got up here?
116.
There we
Not
go,
enough.
boys. 8,000 tap operation sitting right
Easy.
there.
Yeah.
Yep.
Perfect spot.
I like 80. 80 sounds good.
80 does sound good.
That Amish shed will actually be just storage at some
That'll
point.
be the tank room.
That won't even be big enough.
Yeah,
it'll be fine.
We'll just keep clearing more land. All these bean fields and cornfields. No, sap house, massive sap house.
Yeah,
Right. Keep dreaming.
It's the maple is, you gotta love it, dude. It's a different beast, man. People have no idea. You know, the work that goes into it. I'll just go up and tap a few trees, and it's more than that.
Well, I think that's what I ran into with my buddy who has helped me. I think that's kind of how he was. Oh, we'll just boil some sap. It's like, no. It's a lot more than just lighting a fire every day.
It's cool. I'm kind of glad I started my Facebook page because I got some big time producers reaching out, guys that are working for big ones. A guy commented the other day, he's like, we just finished up one part of our section of our woods of 70,000 taps. Could you just imagine that?
Yeah.
He's like, we got another, or what do you say? They got either another 100 left to go, or they're buy sap from another 100. This is up in Canada. There's some serious, people have no idea.
Canada's a big maple. That's like the maple.
Oh yeah, dude.
They have big regulations up there, more than even we do here.
They do.
In the States.
They do. I do know, like with their electrical grid and stuff like that. There's a lot of things up there. a lot different than down here.
Yeah, I'd love to go up there and see the maple industry, but I really want to get up to Vermont and like Glenn's area and check out his operation.
Mm-hmm.
I think that'd be super cool.
Have you guys ever been to the open houses yet? Have you guys ever been to them?
Around this area?
No, up in Vermont in
No,
the spring.
No.
I've never been to Vermont.
You've never been to Vermont?
Never been in the state of Vermont.
Oh, wow.
Well, I think I traveled through it one time to Maine,
I
but
went skiing.
Yeah.
yeah,
So they have the open houses every year. All the dealers, all the manufacturing dealers do up there. You guys got to go, man. That's a great time.
well, now we're big in the maple industry, so
Maybe D&G will let us set up shop. Hey, Sean, if you're listening, my man, maybe we can set up a podcast in there.
there we go.
Isn't
Right.
that open houses during maple season?
It's right at the very end.
You're gonna be gone.
It's the
You'll
end.
be out. You'll be out, and wherever you go, gallivanting the gallivanting the nation or
No,
whatever.
no,
And
I
we're
was-
going to have to address that.
yeah, we
was-
gotta address that too. No good.
I was back. Last
okay.
year. I think it's the end of April, like this 20-something right in there. And let me tell you, boys, I want to take a vacation. I'm taking a vacation.
Yeah, but not during maple.
Yeah, your one hobby of the year.
I would go right
Now.
especially if you're going south. Go to like August.
It's not. It's
It's
really
really
August,
nice down
yeah,
there.
yeah, yeah.
It's the last week of maple, dude, when it's the crappiest sap and we're just barreling it up. But don't worry.
Well, then let Jackson do it and pour it on the ground. That's what he did last year.
I just offered you a pitch to come do it for
I
me.
know.
You
I
turned me
can't
down.
do it. I work 4 hours away. If I work 20 minutes down the road, I'd do it absolutely.
Are you ready to retire yet? You gonna be retired by then?
This time next year.
Oh, this time. Oh, God,
Yeah, January next year.
we got a long time to go yet.
Nope.
Nope, not compared to his career he's had. He's
This,
old.
This is gonna be my hired gun right here, Bennett.
Perfect. Stealing away from me. That's perfect.
We're gonna have to change the name of the thing from the ARP members, Maple
Yeah, right.
Business or something.
ARP. Yeah.
What are we going to do? Are we going to wrap this one up?
Yeah, so I think that was pretty good. We touched on all the topics we want to touch on. I don't know if we described them all exactly perfect, but that leaves room. We can't cover every topic, every podcast. Then we'd have no job security, boys.
Well, maybe you should say in the comment section, let us know what your thoughts are.
Sure.
Because I don't think we're too far off here. I think we're pretty much spot on how we kind of try to explain it.
And the
Well,
research that we're doing
Well, yeah,
is
that's
lining up with it.
And I think it's hard to actually nail that topic down because it's really both. Does it change the profile? Yes.
Does it
but-
change the flavor? No, not the RO itself, right?
Right. So it's kind of both ways. So if you go over 30 bricks, you got to boil it longer.
Right.
To keep the caramelization. If you stay down below, then it doesn't change anything. If you're a guy like us that's going to get to 10%, which is what we want to get somewhere in there, it's not all it's going to do is save you time and fuel.
And you're gonna naturally make a lighter syrup, right?
Yep.
You're gonna
Which is
happen.
good.
It's gonna happen.
and that's what everybody tries to strive for is make a lighter syrup.
Because you can make everything with light. You can't really make candies out of dark. They just look weird and they're too strong. And
Right.
Right.
So lighter syrup to me is better. Now we're gonna make dark syrup towards the end of the season, like you do every year. So that's your eating syrup. You're putting on pancakes, your ice cream, whatever. But that beginning light stuff is what you use for your confections. So it's like a
Correct.
perfect balance, I think.
Before we jump off here, I was going to ask you guys, what is your favorite tasting syrup? What grade you think?
I'm a dark amber guy, like right on the brink before it clicks to dark on that amber scale. So I like either like the light side of dark or the dark side of amber.
I'm a medium to dark. I like the flavor better, and I like if I put it on pancakes, it might stay there a little bit, just doesn't
Right.
gone.
That's funny because I like the light. I'm a light guy.
Yeah,
Oh,
Weirdo.
yeah. I love the taste of light.
it
Yep.
doesn't have any taste.
No taste. It's like water. I like if you know the light, how much light goes through it. I like a 55%. That's mine. Like you're more of like a 78, 80% guy. Weirdo.
Hey, boys. Light pays.
It does.
Just
hey.
remember that.
Also
Light
pays. No, I like because I don't like.
None of it pays. We pay.
That's
Yeah,
true.
I know. They always say you can't if you're gonna make money in the maple world, you do not count your labor. That's for sure.
Oh, you don't want to do that.
Well, you want to
Bad.
make $1 million.
Start with
out
$1 billion.
with 2.
Yep. Start with $2 million. Absolutely, that's how it goes.
All right.
All right, hit them, boys. This is all you.
This is Dano. He didn't do it last time.
Yeah, what the hell?
No, I guess that's going to conclude this episode of discussing ROs, and we thank you guys for tuning in. We'll catch you on the next one.
Thanks for watching.
All right. I hope you guys enjoyed that episode of the Tapped In podcast. Please if you're not subscribed, hit the subscribe button, turn on the notifications, and hit the like button. It really helps us out a lot, gives us the motivation to keep going, and it helps the algorithm push it to other people to see the videos as well. If you like the content we're talking about and you want to see more in depth about it, you can head over to Crestview Maple Farm on YouTube and check out all the stuff Dan Bolton's doing over there with the bigger size operation. Then you can check out Mountaintop Maple on YouTube and check out my operation in the smaller setup, and we'll be boiling here soon, things like that. We got some merch on the Facebook. We got regular hats in both different color styles and beanies. So go check out all our Facebooks and follow the TikToks. Mountaintop Maple TikTok and a Tapped In TikTok. So go follow both of those. And thanks guys for watching.